Alright, here's your challenge. I'm going to show you 5 completely ordinary words you probably use every week. But here's the twist. Each one has an absolutely ridiculous origin story. Your job? Guess which story matches which word. We'll reveal the answers and the hilarious details in just a moment. Ready? Let's go. Let's start with breakfast now. You probably think this is just break plus fast, right? Breaking your overnight fast easy. But here's where it gets interesting. The word actually has medieval roots. Back in the day, people would literally break their period of fasting after sleeping. But the word itself became super popular in the 1500s when morning meals became a bigger social thing. What's wild? In some Old English, they called it breaking one's fast, and it eventually squished together into this one word we use today. Pretty clever, right? This one's dark. And I mean actually dark. A deadline. You're working against a deadline. But did you know the original deadline was literally a line of death? No. Seriously. During the American Civil War, prisoner of war camps had a physical line drawn on the ground. If prisoners crossed that line, guards would shoot them. That was the deadline. The line where death happened. Eventually, the term got adopted into everyday language for time limits. But it kept its dramatic name. Pretty intense origin for a word you see in your work emails. Huh? Everyone knows a sandwich is food between bread. But most people don't know why we call it that. The answer is hilariously specific. In 18th century England, there was an earl, the Earl of Sandwich. This guy was apparently so obsessed with playing cards that he wouldn't even stop to eat proper meals. So, he'd ask servants to bring him meat between slices of bread so he could keep playing without getting his cards greasy. His friends started asking for the same as sandwich as eating, and boom. The word sandwich was born. One man's gaming snack became global food terminology. This one's delightfully silly. The word muscle comes from the Latin word musculus, which literally means little mouse. Why? Because when your muscles move under your skin, especially in your arm or leg, they kind of look like a little mouse running around under a blanket. I know, it's ridiculous. But ancient Romans thought it was so obvious they named the whole thing after it. Every time you do a bicep curl and flex, you're literally making your little mouse move. Thank the Romans for that weird visual. And finally, number 5. Lunatic. This comes from the Latin, lunatics, meaning moonstruck. People used to genuinely believe the moon affected people's mental health and behavior. They thought the full moon made people crazy. Hence, luna, for moon. Lunatic, for someone affected by the moon's power. Now, we know that's not really how it works. But the word stuck around. You'll find it in historical legal documents and old medical texts. It's a perfect example of how language preserves ancient beliefs even when science proves them wrong. So there you have it. 5 everyday words with absolutely bananas origin stories. Which one surprised you the most? Drop a comment below, and let me know if you want to explore more vocabulary myths and facts. Thanks for taking the challenge.